basta mawawala sa atin. The US has this fairness doctrine which required broadcasters to present both sides of the controversial issues of public importance. Kaya naniniwala po ako na dapat din ay maisabatas ito sa atin. Pangatlo, ito pong right to reply bill ay constitutional. Taliwas po sa sinasabi ng negative side. According to Carlos Medina, an Ateneo Human Rights Center lawyer, the right of reply bill has the basis in the Philippine Constitution, especially in the Article 3 or the Bill of Rights. It falls under the right of free speech, right of private honor and reputation, and right to an educated and enlightened public opinion. The intent of the bill is to enhance fairness in public debate. Finally, let us not be afraid of the right of reply bill, but rather appreciate the spirit behind it. Thank you very much.
Ayan, kuya.
Okay, ayan. At
Galing.
napakinggan natin ang affirmative side. At ayon sa affirmative side, ang right of reply will serve as a check sa sobrang kalayaan sa media. At ika nga sa affirmative side, meron din naman equal right to be heard, to dignity, and to human rights.
Driving
ang mga,
point niya yung constitutionality.
yung mga inaakusahan na mga balita galing sa mga irresponsible na journalist. At this finds support sa fairness doctrine ng United States of America. At ika nga na meron din tayong mga constitutionalists who say constitutional naman ang right.
It is in fact constitutional and enhances.
At sa mga journalists na mga responsableng journalist, huwag matakot sa right of reply. Ayun. So dito naman po tayo sa negative side.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. The right of reply bill, I believe, is the most ill-advised bill ever made. It has no place in a democracy, and it is foolishly not practical. Why? First, it is in direct conflict of the Article 3, Section 4 of the 1987 Constitution. The Philippine press, though it has its own flaws and shortcomings, still remains to be a truly professional and responsible institution. It continues its pursuit for the truth and seeks the other side of the story before it goes to print or air. And so with this, technically, the right to reply is inherently given life. The legislation of this bill hampers the true function of the press. With this reply law all over their heads, the press will surely find itself in a straitjacket. The powerful and unscrupulous individuals will now have the freedom to say whatever they like about anyone or anything. Considering the fact that the 2010 elections is approaching, all those individuals running for office might utilize this bill for free publicity. Hay sus, sila pa, they would grab every chance. Second, it was stated in the bill that all persons who are criticized by innuendo, suggestion, or rumor for any lapse in behavior in public or private life have the right to reply. The question is, how do you think our authorities will determine and measure the extent of the criticism? Who decides for what is innuendo, suggestion, rumor, or lapse in behavior? This makes the bill even more difficult to practice, since the elements of the offense are still not clear. Third, what if every person mentioned on a negative report demands equal space or airtime to publish or air their replies? Would the whole newspaper be enough for all of these replies? The print and broadcast media would be filled with the right of reply demands. Thus, other news reports which is worthy of reporting will be shut out. Sandamakmak at mahaba-habang replyan na po ito, mga kaibigan. I suggest mag-text-text na lang kayo. Fourth, how do you think will our media practitioners, who are mostly poor, be able to comply with all these hefty fines and penalties imposed by this bill? Palibhasa naman kasi, ang daming padre damaso sa gobyerno. Ang sisiba, lahat gusto magkaroon ng parte. Now, being a public figure is a choice. With this choice, you are opening your life to be publicly and subjectively criticized by the media. You cannot escape that. You will just have to be transparent. Thank you.
Ayan. Thank you so much, Karen. Very emphatic siya about her points, kuya, no? What she said.
Damaso.
mga patadamaso sa gobyerno. What she was saying about the right to reply, that it is inherently given life na daw sa current practice ng ating mga journalists. So, it's not practical to have it since we already have it in place in current society, diba? Anong masabi mo doon?
Well, tanungin natin ang ating mga debaters kasi na-notice natin na pinag-uusapan ng both sides is the constitutionality.
Yes. Is it constitutional?
Kung constitutional ba ang right of reply. So para sagutin yan, tanungin natin ang isang abogado, isang practitioner sa law, si Attorney Villarente. Attorney Villarente, what do you think that the right of reply bill formed as it is and worded as it is, kung constitutional ba ito o hindi?
Ang right of reply sa nakikita ko is unconstitutional, but unfortunately not on the issues that we are talking about. It is constitutional if we are just to stick on the issue of freedom of speech, right of the media, and even on information on matters of public concern. Because we are talking here of the right to reply, not the right not to publish unless there is already a reply. So we must have to emphasize that tapos na yung freedom of speech mo, tapos na yung media right mo, eto ang hinihingi nila, mag-reply lang sila. In other words, after natapos na yung exercise mo of your right as a media practitioner or your freedom of speech or the right to information, then within certain period, give the person the right to make the reply. My concern is, sa sinabi ko kanina, while we are more, from the legal point of view, masyadong off-tangent yung argument. Sa tingin ko, nagiging unconstitutional ito kung hihingian mo siya ng free access to your radio, free access to your newspaper, free access to whatever means of media that you are been using in order to make the reply. It would now be under right to property. Sa tingin ko, it should be on some other aspects of the 22 articles of the sections of the Bill of Rights and not just concentrate on those particular articles.
That's a very interesting point.
Yes.
No? It's taking without compensation at dun nag-infringe sa Constitution.
May question tayo sa audience.
Okay, so tanungin na natin ulit.
Ayun kuya,
Balik
we
tayo
have
sa
someone in the audience.
Okay,
who has a
meron
question.
namang babaeng napakaganda from Holy Cross. Yes, please state your name and course and kung ano po ang question or comment natin to any of our debaters or our panel.
Good afternoon. I am Leia Mibonani, Bachelor of Arts in Mass Communication, and I am 4th year already. Ang tanong ko lang po sa ating guest speakers, what if andun na po tayo, granting that the bill has been approved and mapapractice na natin siya, paano po natin yung i-handle yung situation? Halimbawa, meron na pong criticism, tapos meron pong reply. And, syempre, if the media practitioners or the media practitioner stands for his or her story, syempre, paninindigan niya yon. And as well as the politician or somebody who has been criticized, na syempre magsastand din siya para linisin yung kanyang pangalan. So, paano po natin na-handle kung baka kasi there are tendencies na lumaki yung issue, lumaki yung usapan, kasi nga both are working for their reputations. So paano po yung meron po ba tayong limitations na or scope kung hanggang saan lang yung usapan? And I have also read kasi na the right to reply free I've read it in according to my research, free po yung publication or yung space para sa reply. So, how could we handle it? At sino ba yung dapat mag-handle ng situation na ganon? Ganun po yun.
Thank you very much, Leia. So, any of
who
our
would
panel?
like to reply sa panel natin?
Sa panel natin. Yun na nga, yung ulit-ulit at walang katapusan.
Walang katapos ang
Pagdedebate.
pagsasagutan na ang mangyayari.
I think that is a very impractical law kung yan ang pag-uusapan, especially if you are to look at the two versions, indeed there are no limits. So I can sense na parang this is a media trap.